Hey, what's up, everybody? Early afternoon here on a wet Sunday, wet and cold Sunday in Quincy. Remember that part of my channel is a lot of it's philosophy, religion, faith, etc. Some of it's just survival instruction, basic survival. Also, not just for this life, but for the next. By the way, here's the mountain bike, the Motive, that rides great. 21 speed, Shimano, probably from early 90s, maybe 94, because it's not biopace. And it's 7-speed in the back, so that would suggest mid-90s. Could use a grip, but I put some tape on there. Found one grip. It rides, it runs. I just needed a tube, and I put it in. A good winter beater. Steel frame, high 10 steel, nothing fancy. I'm willing to sell it for $50, but actually, after riding it today, I'm like, I need something to get through the winter on these rough roads in the wet, maybe in the snow, and that's way better than a road bike. So it's about 20% slower, maybe 30% slower than my road bike, but it gets you there. So that's awesome. I mean, I'd take $50 for it. Speaking of money, speaking of industry, speaking of value, part of the survival aspect of this channel, just was gifted $10 from a member of the church that I went to today. And thank God for that, because I was down to my last 5 on PayPal. And appreciate the donation from my friend Jeff Davis. Hello. You watch everything, I think. Keep me alive. My money's being held on PayPal for some reason. Apparently I reached a monthly limit, which I thought they had raised to $4,500, but it's still at $300. I don't know what the story is, but I have half of what my dad sent to get me through the weekend is being held. So I'm penny pinching right now. And here's the instruction. Calories per dollar, CPD, that's one of my metrics. I decide on how I spend my money. Here we got 22 tostadas. These become chips when you break them. Or you can make a tostada or a quesadilla type thing. Awfully loud with the rain and such. But there's 11 servings, so two tostadas, 150 calories. 11 times 150 is 1650. Then we have some jalapeno jack sliced cheese. There's 8 slices, they're thicker. 110 calories each. 8 times 110 is 880. Plus 1650, that's 2530. And we have salsa. You gotta have some flavor, and some salt, and some veggies. And here's a trick. 15 times 10, that's 150 calories. So there's 2,680 calories here. It costs $9.14. I put one more quarter in the dryer to keep my gear dry, my sleeping bag, my good sleeping bag, my 20-degree mummy bag, which I've actually needed the last few nights in the trailer. I've survived without it, but sure it'd be nice to be actually warm, and have that undisputed place of warmth and safety. That's what we need in this world. These are the things we need. What you must do in life as a human being is maintain your core body temperature right here, and everything emanates from that, branches out from that. As Jesus says, I'm the vine, you are the branches, right? So he is the vine, we are the branches. The vine of Jesus is keeping me warm and alive. He's actually empowering me in every moment. But you also need calories. Calories, dry clothes, good gear. Look at this Columbia titanium jacket, which retails for $360, which is a gift from friends of mine, Missy and Ben. How are you, Missy and Ben? Local icons. They're everywhere. You see them everywhere. And beneath that, I have my another rain jacket, because it's wet. It's wet out here. I got wet riding over to church from where the car is, and I got muddy, wet, and a little bit irritated. But try not to get too irritated. I'm not made of sugar. I keep saying that. I'm not made of sugar. I'm not made of sugar. I am not. Water isn't going to kill you. It could make you very uncomfortable. It could kill you if you let it seep into your system and don't. Oh, here we go. Value. I found a mandarin orange on the ground. That's awesome. So I got not just my 2,680 calories from my tostadas, cheese, and salsa, but I got some vitamin C from the mandarin I just found. That's how I'm led. That's how I live. So that's a good little lesson there. I'm drying my gear in my good bag, and I will. Well, today, I have to just stay dry. So it's a dual purpose while I go to church. Is first of all, there's coffee, there's donuts. and cookies. Okay, calories, caffeine, get me going in the morning. I show up about 9:55. I get all those things. I listen to the message. It enters into my being. Today he was talking about Luke 19, about the parable of the minas, which is the type of money that a ruler is going off to a foreign land and leaves his employees with 1 mina each. A mina was about equal to 3 months of wages. So a good sum of money. And he goes off and gets his kingdom, which is a parable of Jesus going to heaven, etc. So the parable is all about how we manage our money and how we multiply our money. And that if we are good stewards, we get trusted with a little, we'll be given rule over much. So the guy he gave 1 mina to that multiplied it by 10, he says, you will rule over 10 cities when I come back. Or when he came back, I'm going to put you in charge of 10 cities because you proved yourself faithful. Another one had 5, turned it into 5, so a 500% return on investment. It doesn't say how long he was gone, but he comes back and his second employee had to multiply it 500%. But the third one hid the money in a handkerchief and knew that this guy was rude and mean and unjust and all this. So he was afraid of him, and he didn't multiply or do anything with the money, his talents, his provision. And the guy comes back and says, well, take the one that he has left and give it to the guy with 10. Whoever has will be given more. Whoever does not have, even the little that he has will be taken from him. So, that's an important message about managing our resources, managing our talents, managing what God has given us, gifted us with, and using it wisely. So here is an example of me using what God has gifted me with, which is the wisdom and intelligence and the knowledge over years of being a professional cyclist. That's a proper bicycle. That'll get me around through the winter. That's worth good money. But most people don't see it. They see an old, cheap, red mountain bike that's basically worthless. Actually, it was in a free pile. My young friend Ethan, he's like 12 years old. He said, I've been riding this around for months. You want it? I found it in the free pile. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. And my friend Robert gave me the tube. I haven't invested any money in that. I found the grip in my car. And now I've got a riding machine that is getting me around. So that's awesome. That's awesome. I have enough calories for the day. I have transportation. I just am looking for a dry window. It looks like I see some blue sky. It's not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad. Today's going to be the wettest day, so just kind of got to get through the day. And in Quincy on Sunday, gym isn't open, library isn't open. I'm not even welcome there anymore, so it doesn't really matter to me. The hub might be open. I could go there and hang out with Jake, who helped me out yesterday. Took a nice shower yesterday. It is all a return on investment. What is the investment here? The investment is I have to manage the energy system I've been given. I have to manage the talents he's given me. I have to manage to stay warm and alive, well-fed, and there's no starving philosopher. So I'm not going to starve today. I still have $5 in my PayPal. Thank you, Jeff. I still have like 61 cents change from the food I bought. Thank you. I think it's Bill, Teresa, and I can't remember. But we had a cake auction today, or a pie auction at church, and their pie is going for $140. And I'm sitting there in the back going, I've got $5 left, and I'm hungry. I'm not going to bring it. I'm not going to interrupt their little thing. It's actually a fundraiser for missions, so no problem with that. But the irony and the contrast was interesting because people can spend $140 on a pie, but if someone sitting in the back who's hungry has no money, that's going to be interesting, So that's all good. We're getting there. We're getting there. One thing at a time. Looks like we've got a little drier spell, so as soon as my laundry's done, I'll load up and head on out. But I got 2,680 calories at my disposal. And no beans. I would have gotten beans with that if I had another $2. So not necessary. Cheese, tortillas, salsa. If I could just go back to the trailer, that's what I would do. In fact, I'm going to message Dove, see if that's okay, if it's clear for me to go in there, because today is a day you need to shelter in place kind of thing. Shelter in place. Don't get out there too much. Don't expose yourself. You got to move from the center. In Tai Chi, you move from the center. You don't overreach. A man who stands on tiptoes will fall over. Fill your cup to the brim, it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife, it will dull. So you go to the edge and you back off a little. Go to the edge and back off a little. This is the Taoist way. Fullness of the seeming void, the emptiness of the seeming full. So you have to push it. You have to push it. Know where the barriers are, because there are barriers in this. There are barriers. There are limits to no matter how strong you are, there are limits. So find out where those limits are. Push them a little bit. Back off just enough so you can have a nice, steady, even flow. Thoughts arrive like butterflies. Even flow. Thoughts arrive like butterflies. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. God bless everybody. God bless America. God bless today. God bless Quincy. God bless you if you're watching this. And thank you for your eyeballs and your attention and your positive thoughts in my direction. I do feel them and I do appreciate them. So God bless America, y'all. Over and out.